Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission, it's pretty simple, really. We take raw info, sometimes stuff that feels a bit overwhelming, and we dig deep. We unearth the insights that matter, helping you get properly informed on some really fascinating topics. Today, we are diving headfirst into the vibrant, often unpredictable, and definitely dramatic world of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, always dramatic.
Always. We're looking at Friday Night Smackdown, #1355. It aired July 11th, 2025, live from Nashville, Tennessee, Bridgestone Arena.
Right.
And our sources, they're these really detailed event reports. They capture not just the matches, the action in the ring, but also the rivalries, the surprising team-ups, and all that backstage stuff, too.
And these reports, they make it clear this wasn't just, another SmackDown. This was actually a pretty pivotal night. It really shifted some power dynamics. Yeah, it changed championship landscapes. And definitely set the stage for some major clashes down the line. What's really interesting is seeing how many different stories are unfolding all at once. High stakes for everyone involved.
Okay, sounds like a packed show. So get ready, everyone. We're going to unpack the action, the alliances, the sheer unpredictability of it all. Here's where it gets really interesting. Right, let's set the scene. Bridgestone Arena, Nashville. Packed. About, 10,100 people there?
Yeah, roughly that.
Yeah.
Buzzing atmosphere.
You could feel it. We hear Joe Tessador hitting the commentary desk. Then the Street Profits make their entrance. But wait, there's this quick, creepy Wyatt Sicks graphic flash.
A little foreshadowing, maybe?
Maybe. And backstage, a nice moment. Rapper Jelly Roll. He's a Nashville local.
Motown hero, yeah.
He gets this warm greeting, a hug from Randy Orton. Pretty cool. Then, boom. The show kicks off proper. LA Knight's music hits.
Big pop for him.
Huge pop. He hits the ring, grabs the mic. Let me talk to you.
And he did. He immediately went after Seth Rollins, didn't hold back, called him desperate.
Right.
Criticized his, what did he call it? His demented alliance with Paul Heyman.
Demented alliance, yeah. Strong words.
Very strong. And he didn't stop there. Called Bronson Reed a slot house, Braun Breaker a dog-brained idiot, basically saying Rollins needs these guys, these lackeys, because he can't finish the job himself.
Wow. Okay, so pure fire from Knight.
Absolutely. He even said he wants to sustainably injure Rollins for justice. Calls it a fact of life. I mean, the language here, it's way beyond typical trash talk. It's personal, deep animosity. This feels like it could really escalate.
Just as he's really rolling, Paul Heyman shows up. Interrupts him. Now, Heyman, he's always got an angle, right? What was his play here? More than just cutting Knight off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Heyman doesn't just interrupt. He styles himself as an oracle for Seth Rollins. Claims Rollins gave him a peek into the future.
Okay.
And his counter. Classic Heyman. Proclaims Rollins and his group are the future of the entire wrestling business. And LA Knight, he has, quote, no future.
Ouch.
Psychological warfare, right? Yeah. Undermine Knight, shake his confidence, shape how the audience sees him, win the mind game before the match even happens. But then, things took a turn.
How so?
Solo Sikoa arrives. But he's not alone. He's got this new crew with him. JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, Tongaloa.
Ah, the new bloodline, sort of.
Well, that's the thing. Sikoa steps up and says, some things have changed, while some other things always stay the same. Then he looks right at Heyman. Tells him to get out of the ring. Flat out. Says otherwise there'd be no bloodline, no tribal chief, and no Wiseman.
Whoa. Okay, that's huge. He's cutting Heyman off, cutting off the old structure.
Seems like it's a massive statement. Dismissing Heyman, taking charge like that, it signals a real break from the traditional bloodline hierarchy, maybe showing Roman Reigns' influence is fading. A permanent split.
That completely changes the game. So Heyman leaves, and Sikoa turns to LA Knight.
Yep. Shifts focus right back to Knight. Declares himself the new U.S. champion, kind of implies that beating Knight back at WrestleMania effectively made Jacob Fatu irrelevant.
Rubbing salt in the wound.
Totally. And then he gives Knight the same treatment. Leave the ring. Now. Threatens him.
But Knight doesn't back down.
No, he stands his ground. And then, get this, unexpected backup arrives.
Ooh.
Jimmy Uso. Comes out with a steel chair, ready to go. Sikoa's group kind of pauses, maybe rethinks things, and backs off for a moment.
Jimmy Uso. Teaming with LA Knight, that is unexpected. Talk about shifting alliances.
Absolutely flips the power dynamic in the ring instantly. And then, before it can completely break down, Nick Aldis, the GM, comes out.
Okay, authority steps in.
Right. Aldis congratulates Sikoa on his new associates, but makes it clear he's running the show.
How?
Sets up a match right then and there. Tag team match for the main event. Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo versus LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. Conflict contained, But happening on Aldis's terms, smart move by the GM, reasserting control.
Good call. Keeps the chaos somewhat managed. Okay, shifting gears a bit. The women's division, we saw Alexa Bliss backstage.
Yeah, she was looking for Charlotte Flair, needed some backup for her match, knew her opponents would have people with them.
And Charlotte agreed.
She did, yeah, but with a funny line about being a cheerleader for herself, too. Classic Charlotte.
Huh. So the match itself, the four-way.
Right. It was Alexa Bliss with Charlotte in her corner versus Roxanne Perez, who had Raquel Rodriguez, Sol Ruca with Zarya, and Kairi Sane with Asuka.
Stacked match. Lots of outside factors.
Totally. And it got chaotic. Bliss got the win, pinning Sane after the Sister Abigail DDT, but the reports mentioned multiple interventions, a larger scuffle outside the ring.
So basically, chaos reigned.
Pretty much. It shows how intense things are. Nobody's fighting clean. Everyone's bringing back up. It's turning individual matches into, like, mini faction wars.
Interesting point, then. A huge moment. A title change. I felt something big was coming for the tag titles.
You called it. The WWE Tag Team Championship was on the line. The Wyatt Sicks, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis representing them in the ring.
But the whole crew was there, right?
Oh, yeah. Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, the whole eerie entourage. They faced the champs, those Street Profits Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
And
we have new champions. Wyatt Sicks won. Pinfall on Ford after a powerbomb neckbreaker combo. Big title change moment.
Wow, that shakes up the tag division completely.
Absolutely. And the key thing here, it wasn't just Gacy and Lumis. The entire Wyatt Sicks presence. It's a weapon itself. That whole unsettling vibe, the numbers game, it's psychological dominance. They feel almost unstoppable right now.
That makes sense. A very different kind of threat. And in the aftermath, we also heard about a new team forming.
Yeah, quick announcement. Andrade and Rey Fenix are teaming up, apparently based on some recent wins they had together. Always interesting to see new pairings like that emerge.
Definitely. Okay, so after that title shock, things shifted again. A live performance.
Yeah, back to Nashville's own Jelly Roll. Supposed to perform live for his hometown crowd. Big energy for him.
And it didn't go smoothly, did it?
Not at all. Logan Paul interrupted him. Rudely.
Ugh. Logan Paul. What did he have to say?
Launched right into it. Questioned why real WWE superstars should have to wait for musicians who, and this was harsh, look like they have tattoos of their children without having custody.
Ugh, that's low.
Yeah. And then he broadened it out, complaining about all the stars, influencers, clout chasers coming into WWE. So they need a proper wrestler like Logan Paul.
The irony.
Right. And he pivots and announces he's got a long-term deal for his podcast with WWE. So it wasn't just being rude, it was strategic. He's attacking the idea of outsiders while positioning himself as the only valid celebrity crossover and cementing his own place in the company. It really highlights that tension, authenticity versus celebrity.
And Jelly Roll's response?
He wasn't having it. Fired back. Reminded Paul that Nashville is his home. Dismissed the weird podcast. Things got really tense, looked like it might get physical.
You could feel it building.
And just then, Randy Orton comes out. Totally unexpected.
The Viper arrives. What did he do?
Walked right up to Logan Paul. Called him a bitch. Yeah. Said Paul only looks good because other people make him look good.
Damn. Orton telling it like he sees it.
Exactly. It's that classic clash, isn't it? Orton, the veteran, represents that old school earn your spot mentality. Paul is the new school, leveraging outside fame. Orton's insult wasn't just personal. It was a shot at Paul's whole legitimacy in wrestling.
But then things went sideways fast.
Crazy fast. While Orton's focused on Paul, bam! Drew McIntyre runs in. Claymore kick out of nowhere takes Orton down.
No way. McIntyre getting involved.
Yep. And Logan Paul looks like he's about to jump in too, maybe stomp Orton.
Right.
But Jelly Roll reacts instantly. Steps in, blocks Paul, throws him to the ground, stops the double team.
Jelly Roll getting physical.
Yeah. He helps Orton up. Security rushes in to separate everyone. Logan Paul, furious, starts smashing up the music equipment. Total chaos to end the segment.
What a scene. Just absolutely wild.
That whole thing was nuts. Jelly Roll stepping up like that. It wasn't just helping a buddy. It felt like an endorsement of Orton, of that traditional wrestling side, against Paul. And it showed Paul kind of losing it when faced with actual resistance.
And this new bond between Orton and Jelly Roll, it's fascinating. Bridging those worlds.
Exactly. Shared respect against a common enemy, Powerful stuff.
And we saw the follow-up backstage, too.
We did. Orton thanking Jelly Roll. And Jelly Roll offering to be in Orton's corner for his match against McIntyre at Saturday night's main event.
Love that. Okay, elsewhere, there was a quick singles match.
Yeah, kind of flew under the radar amidst all the chaos.
Yeah.
Ron Killian's got a surprise win over Aleister Black. Just a quick roll-up.
And upset.
Looked like it. But the real story was after the match.
What happened?
Backstage cameras caught a furious Aleister Black looking for Killings. Damian Priest stopped him, tried to calm him down.
Okay, faction mate stepping in.
It seemed like it worked for a second. Black paused. Then, boom, he just snapped. Knee to Priest's face, then a black mass. Took out his own guy.
What? Why would he attack Priest?
That's the question, isn't it? It wasn't provoked. It suggests some serious instability within their group, like internal frustrations are just boiling over. Could be the start of that faction completely falling apart? A civil war, maybe?
Yeah. Keep an eye on that situation. Okay, back towards the ring. Tiffany Stratton, the women's champ.
Yeah, she was interviewed by Wade Barrett, building up her match against Trish Stratus at the Evolution show.
Big match. Legend versus current champ.
Exactly. And Stratton was full of confidence, as usual. Mentioned beating Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax. Said beating Trish solidifies her as one of the best ever.
Standard champion talk. How did Trish respond?
Trish brought that veteran perspective, pointed out all the pressure is on Tiffany. Trish, she has nothing to lose. Already a legend.
Good point.
She promised she'd leave Evolution an 8-time champion. Emphasized how she helped to build the division. Stratton now leads. It's that great dynamic. New guard seeking validation, legend playing with house money, fighting for respect, weaponizing her experience.
Classic story. Always compelling. But their interview didn't end quietly either.
Nope. Just as they're staring each other down, Naomi tries to interrupt.
Her Evolution opponent is Jade Cargo, right?
Yep, and Jade wasn't waiting for Evolution. She blindsided Naomi right there. Attacked her. It turned into a big scramble. Security had to pull them apart, setting the stage for their no-holds-barred match. Intense.
Definitely building heat for that one. Okay, so that brings us back to the main event, the tag match Aldis made earlier.
Right. LA Knight and his surprise partner, Jimmy Uso, taking on Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, with the rest of Sikoa's crew, Tela Tonga and Tongaloa, at ringside.
And Paul Heyman?
Heyman was there, but watching from, the report called it a safe distance, near the timekeeper's area.
Interesting, keeping his distance from Solo's new operation.
Seems like it's a strategic move, right? Maybe signaling caution, maybe disapproval of Solo's methods, like he's hedging his bets, waiting to see how this plays out, not fully committing to Solo's new regime.
Makes sense. So, the match outcome.
Knight and Uso got the win. Jimmy Uso rolled up Solo Sikoa for the pin.
A roll-up on Solo, that's a big win for Jimmy and Knight.
Huge win. But it wasn't over.
Of course not. This is SmackDown.
Exactly. Soon as the bell rang, Sikoa's guys, Mateo, the Tongas, jumped Jimmy Uso. LA Knight fought back, managed to hit Solo with the BFT, clearing him out for a second. Looked like he might have saved the day.
But there's always a but.
Always. Just as Knight stands tall for a moment, bam. Braun Breaker hits the ring out of nowhere. Spears LA Knight.
Breaker, where did he come from?
Complete surprise.
Yeah.
And before Knight can recover, Bronson Reed follows up, hits the tsunami splash. Knight is completely taken out.
So Rollins' guys got the last laugh after all.
Yep. The show ends with Breaker and Reed, Rollins' lappies, as Knight called them, being escorted out by refs, leaving Knight down. It just shows. No win is safe. Alliances are shaky, old enemies pop up, new threats emerge. Every resolution just starts the next fight. Knight's victory immediately made him a target again.
Just relentless action and shifting dynamics.
What an incredible deep dive we've had here. So much happened. You've got new alliances, like Sikoa's crew breaking off.
The tag title change, shaking things up.
Right, the whole celebrity versus wrestler thing with Logan Paul, Jelly Roll, and Orton.
Backstage betrayals with Black and Priest.
It's a lot. Every win seems to create a new problem, doesn't it? Hopefully, digging into these reports like this gives you, the listener, a much clearer picture of this tangled web of rivalries and power shifts. Understanding the why behind the chaos is key.
Absolutely. You saw tonight wasn't just random matches, it was all connected. Story threads pulling together, setting up the next big confrontation. Alliances formed and shattered in minutes. Victories turned into ambushes. The past, like with McIntyre and Orton, crashing into the present. So where does it all go from here? What's next for these rivalries? For WWE's whole landscape? And maybe here's something to think about. In this world, the lines, they blur so fast, don't they? Hero, villain, friend, enemy. It can all flip in a second. What does that really tell you about power, about reputation, how quickly it can be won, lost, and how often it happens when you least expect it? Something to chew on until our next deep dive.